Hi and welcome to this very special video. In this video, I'll be taking a look at the music of 2021. So it's basically kind of a recap or a revisit. But before we continue any further, let me just state it very clearly right up at the front that this is just my opinion. This is not any kind of a judgment or a certificate given to these songs. It's just my opinion, and I don't claim to have listened to every single song that came out in 2021. It is not that extensive. It is just based on what I listened to in the past year and what amongst those songs I really liked, I did not like, and I thought were underrated songs. Before we get into the video, please make sure to watch the video till the very end. Hit the like button if you like the video, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, make sure to hit the subscribe button and also the bell icon. Let's talk about the international scene first. Even this year, like the previous few years, K-pop was pretty dominant, whether it be BTS, Blackpink, or other bands, and it was not just in Korea or in Asia, it was huge as it is worldwide. Artists like Justin Bieber, Bruno Mars, and Little Nas X continued on their hit-giving journey as they capitalized on their previous year's success. The biggest breakout star of the year, though, was Olivia Rodrigo with her debut studio album Sour. Songs like Driver's License and Good For You were different and musically refreshing, but also huge mega pop hits. Doja Cat continued on her streak of giving us hyper-sexualized songs with very less musicality, but this year she gave us a song called Kiss Me More, which had some great songwriting. The pre-chorus and the hook of the song were absolutely fantastic. Charlie Puth wrote one of the biggest hits of the year, Stay, which is sung by Kid Leroy and Justin Bieber. He spent the rest of the year teasing his fans with snippets of new songs that he's about to drop. I have never seen anybody wait for a song more eagerly than fans are waiting for Charlie Puth's new song, Light Switch. If you know what I'm talking about, let me know in the comment section down below. Two huge music superstars released their albums this year. One of them, of course, is Ed Sheeran, who dropped his album Equals. Both the singles of the album were huge hits, and some other songs which were released later also were very popular. But the year definitely belonged to Adele. She put out her album 30, starting with the single Easy on Me, and the world just went crazy. Make sure to listen to that entire album if you already haven't. My favorite song of that entire album is Oh My God. Now let's get desi. If you have been on the channel before, you know that I always like to promote good music. I don't really focus on the negatives. I don't pull any song or any artist or any composer down. It's more about sharing good music with you all. But this year, there was one song that was so bad that I had to keep this category. So this, according to me, is the worst song of 2021. And no prizes for guessing here. It is Kaata Laga by Tony Kakkad, Neha Kakkad and Yo-Yo Honey Singh. दिस barely even qualifies as a song. लिरिक्स का कोई मतलब नहीं है, म्यूजिक कुछ भी है, कुछ कोहेरेंस नहीं है गाने में, और म्यूजिक वीडियो का भी कोई सर पैर नहीं है. With that out of the way, let's talk about the most underrated songs of the year. At number 4, we have not one but 3 songs. All these 3 songs are independent songs done by famous Bollywood composer and music programmer Megdeep Bose. Most notably, the song Boonda Bandi that he did with Shekhar Ravjiani is absolutely fantastic. Tu Hi Hai that he did with Udit Narayan and the Durga Mata song that he did are also absolutely fantastic. They are super refreshing and filled with a lot of musicality. If you haven't heard these songs, I highly recommend these songs to you. At number 3 is the only non-Hindi song on this list. It's the song Vati Raid from the movie Master. Even though the entire album composed by Anirudh was great, this song did not get its due. It got overshadowed by songs like Vati Coming and Kutti Story, which were huge hits. One more reason of this song not reaching out to a lot of people is that this song was used as a background score piece in the film. This song has absolutely entertaining and brilliant lyrics by Arivu, who also performs them with absolute ease, and Anirudh's beat making skills are on display. I think this is probably the best arranged beat of this entire year. Next up, we have the song Kiss To from the film Ruhi. Music is by Sachin Jigar and the singer is Zubin Nautiyal. Even though this song has 25 million plays on YouTube, it is not that popular and not a lot of many people know this song. I absolutely love this song for the production, the singing, but the main reason for which I love this song is that this is a waltz. A waltz is a music form in 3/4 time which used to be very popular back in the day, but sadly Bollywood doesn't use this form a lot these days. At number one, we have the song Tez Chali Re Purvaiya from the film Tufan. Since the movie did not work really well, the song also got buried with it. Even otherwise, the filmmakers, I think, did not promote this beautiful song. They promoted the rap song instead, which wasn't half bad, but this was a fantastic song. This song features great rhythm arrangements and Shankar Mahadevan's brilliant voice with Javed Akhtar's exquisite lyrics. Before we go into the best five songs and the best five albums of this year, let me talk about one song, one non film song that caught my fancy a lot this year. And of course, it is Enjoy Enjami by Arivu Santosh Narayanan and the. This is again one of those songs that crossed over really well. It broke the language barrier and reached out to a much wider audience than intended. Ariva's lyrics with the social conscience, Santosh Narayanan's excellent production, and these unique rendering are the plus points of this song. Now let's talk about the top 5 songs of this year according to me. At number 5 we have Phire Fakira from the film Pagglait. So the music here is by Arijit Singh and the singers are Arijit Singh, Rajakumari and Amrita Singh, and this is a fantastic song. It's a very trippy kind of a song with some classical influences, some rap and amazing orchestration and production. In this day and age where every song comes with that same stock kind of a beat, this song refreshed me a lot. It took me into that ambient and trippy space which was much needed. At number 4, we have the song O Ashika from 99 Songs. For many people, Jwalamukhi was the standout song of the album. For me, it was this one, O Ashika. It is because this song encapsulates what the film stands for and it does it pretty well. The song has amazing range, a lot of elements coming together, including some vocal elements and orchestral elements, but still the song never fails to tug at your heartstrings. And to top it all off, you have Navneet Work's amazing lyrics where she portrays love as a universal emotion and she also encourages everybody to be a do-gooder, which is very simplistic but very wholesome. At number 3, we have a song that I have already spoken about in the underrated section. This is the only song that features in both the underrated section and the top 5 song section. This one is Purvaiya from Tufan. The song is so well written, well composed, and well sung that I heard this song for the last time almost months ago, but the hook is still ringing in my head. It is very sad to see that a song of this caliber and of this magnitude doesn't even have 1 lakh plays on YouTube. But that does not take anything away from the musicality of the song, and that will not stop me from saying that it is one of the best songs of this year. So I'm going to cheat a bit here. At number 2, we don't have one but 2 songs. The first song is Param Sundari from the film Mimi. Here Rahman sir actually reinvented the item song genre. He proves that you can still do item songs with a lot of dignity, with an Indian soundscape, and if you have able collaborators like Amitabh Bhattacharya and Shreya Ghoshal, you can absolutely hit it out of the park. It is also very heartening to see that the audience who were tired of listening to recreations or remixes or otherwise listening to party songs disguised as item songs, they absolutely loved Param Sundari and it was a huge hit. It just goes to show that if you do art for art's sake, even in cinema, while maintaining in your head that you're doing this for a film, it will still connect very well with the audience. The second song at number 2 is a song called Red Zarasi. As you all know, this song has become quite popular. Rahman's beautiful composition, Arijit Singh's and Sasha Tirupati's brilliant singing actually take the song home. But what really stood out for me in this song are Irshad Kamil's lyrics. We had not seen such beautiful imagery in Bollywood for a long while. Even in the hook line, he says, "Haathon se aise phisal raha hai jaise reet zarasi." This is such a beautiful image. You can actually visualize it. Before I tell you my favorite song of the year, I just want to remind you once again that this is my opinion and it is not any judgment of any sort. With that being said, At number 1, we have the song Tumhe Mohabbat Hai from Atrangi. This song is a masterclass in how to make good music. It is Rahman's best, Arijit's best, and definitely Irshad Kamil's best song of the year. In an interview with Chandar from I Love ARR podcast, A.R. Rahman's music supervisor Hiral Viradia actually said that for this particular song, Arijit Singh sent 25 different tracks of complete one takes to choose from. What really works for this song are actually two things. One is the minimalistic use of production. So basically you just have a guitar and some strings playing throughout the song. The other thing is the musical complexity and intensity that comes through the use of different ragas in the same song. Now let's talk about the top 5 albums according to me of this year. But before we do that, I would like to mention two good albums that came out this year, but I hadn't heard them when they actually came out, so I'm including that here. One of them is Shiddat. It is a great album. It is a fairly original album with one or two recreations here and there, but what I really liked about the album that it has a soundscape. A lot of songs are based out of rock music. There are a couple of house and club kind of songs, but overall it's a very well done musical album. The only reason I'm not including it in my top 5 is because it is not groundbreaking or it is not super inventive and is riddled with a lot of musical cliches. The other album I would like to mention here is the album Tadap. It's a relatively small but well done album by Irshad Kamil and Pritam. The album feels like one of Pritam's albums from the early 2000s, which is one of the reasons I like the album, but it is also the reason it's not in my top 5. Without further ado, let's talk about the top 5 albums of this year. At number 5, we have shershaah. Even though it has one recreation in the form of Man Bharya 2.0, it is a pretty decent album and very popular. Ranjha and Rata Lambiya were huge hits and deservedly so. Both the songs were pretty musical while also being grounded with respect to the film. The Punjabi element in the entire album really works because the story is of a Punjabi guy who went to fight in the Kargil battle, so it all makes sense. At number 4, we have 83. For me, this is one of the most coherent albums of this entire year. The songs are made for the film specifically and they serve that purpose. It must not have been easy to make 7 songs out of one narrative which is sports based. So आप कितनी बार motivational song बनाओगे? But still Pritam actually pulls it off here. My favorites from this album are Sakht Jaan and the song Lehra Do. At number 3, we have the album Pagglait. I think this is Arijit Singh's debut as a music composer in films and he absolutely hit it out of the park. The songs of Pagglait are quirky, unusual, different, but at the same time rich in music and production. This album actually broke the monotony of the repetitive Bollywood sound and actually gave something refreshing to our ears. But Arijit couldn't have done this alone without the support of his lyric writer Nilesh Misra. My favorites from this album are Phire Fakira and Thode Kam Ajnabi. At number 2, we have 99 songs by A.R. Rahman. This is a beautiful album with a lot of varied musical tastes. You name any kind of song and you have that in this album, like a college anthem, a lullaby, a classical based song, a jazz influenced song. You got everything in this album and everything is done really well. In spite of being such a beautiful album and a decent sized film, many of the songs still remain unappreciated. Jwalamukhi though did become popular thanks to Arijit Singh's star presence, but the rest of the songs also deserved a chance. And at number 1 is the best album of the year according to me, and no prizes for guessing, it is of course Atrangi. Again, Rahman works his magic here. It is a varied kind of album. You have a Chakachak, a Reet Zara Si, Tumhe Mohabbat Hai, but you also have songs like Toofan Si Kudi, Garda and the classically influenced Tere Rang that tell you ki ye kahani kahan ki hai, and it really grounds the songs into the fabric of the film. This album belongs to Himanshu Sharma, Irshad Kamil and Anand L. Rai equally as much as it belongs to A.R. Rahman. And it was very nice to know that at the end of the film, everybody was duly credited for their work. So that's it for this video. Hope you liked this video. Let me know in the comment section what you thought about the music that came out in 2021 and what you're looking forward to in 2022. If you liked this video, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon. Thanks for watching and wish you all a very, very happy new year, and I'll see you all in another video. Bye.